Hello everyone, Genki here, and today we're going to try and beat Pokemon Shield with only Hatenna. Hatenna is Bede's ace Pokemon, and while its fully evolved form, Hatterene, is Psychic Fairy, Hatenna is pure Psychic. Hatenna has a 265 base stat total. That's 45 points less than our first form starter. Our bulk will be on the lower side since Hatenna only has 42 HP, 45 base defense, and 53 base special defense. For moves, we'll be obviously going for a special set, since Hatenna has 56 base special attack and only 30 base attack. What worries me the most though is Hatenna's speed. A base speed of 39 means we'll be outsped a lot. By level up, Hatenna gets a mix of Psychic and Fairy moves. What's more important though is Hatenna gets access to Psychic and Dazzling Gleam, the strongest special Psychic move and the strongest special Fairy move. We also learn Calm Mind, but at level 35, it's more likely we'll need to get the TR, which we do get access to. We also get a little bit of type coverage with Magical Leaf and Dark Pulse. Mystical Fire and Giga Drain are both post-game. I'm thinking we'll need to rely on status moves to improve our bulk, so that means Light Screen, Protect for leftover strats, and Charm. This is going to be interesting. Now, let's go over the rules. I can only use Hatenna in battle. No items in battle, only held items outside combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's begin. We start the challenge by transferring in Hatenna through Pokemon Home. I named her friend. She's timid nature, so more speed, less attack. The best nature I could think of for this run. Her ability is Anticipation, so we'll get a notification if our opponent's lead Pokemon has a super effective move. Pretty useless, just like Friend right now. While Friend starts with Confusion, to reach Professor Magnolia's house, we have to face a required trainer with a Nickit, who is immune to Confusion. To beat this trainer, I had to get Friend to level 10 to learn the Summoning Voice. His Nickit was the 3 KO. Time for our first battle against Hop. Ulu was a 2 KO, almost a one-shot. Grookey outsped and hit Friend with Branch Poke, but then it survived Confusion and Green Health. Grookey survived our second Confusion with a Sliver, so I had Friend use Life Dew to heal, but it didn't heal that much. We finished off Grookey with the third Confusion, but now we only had 6 HP for Hop's last Pokemon, Rookidee. 8 HP after our level up. We went for Life Dew, and thankfully Friend went first. Rookidee's Peck then only did 3 HP in damage. Also is a one-shot. We had nothing to worry about. Anyway, we can now enter the wall area, where we get Friend up to level 14 and pick up the TR for Calm Mind, which we found without resets. We then entered Motostoke and attended the opening ceremony. Following the ceremony is our next battle with Hop. Wooloo now survived Confusion at half health, so I had Friend set up a Calm Mind before finishing it off. Grookey was now a 2 KO, but still outsped, and again, we were left at 6 HP for Rookidee. It was still a one-shot though. Next up is Galarian Mind, where we have our first battle with Bede. Psychic resists itself, so I bought and taught Friend round. We started by setting up 3 Calm Minds against Solosis. It was then one-shot with round. Bede's Hatenna survived round and retaliated with its own, but it went down the next turn. Last is Gothita, who was also a 2 KO. Time for the first gym. We battled at level 20, so Friend now had Psybeam instead of Confusion. We still set up 3 Calm Minds against Gossifleur though. We also had to use a couple Life Dews because Rapid Spin was hitting pretty hard. Gossifleur was a one-shot with Psybeam. Last is Eldegoss. It outsped but used Max Strike, which was coming off of a special move. Max Mindstorm then took Eldegoss to half health. Eldegoss did switch to its harder hitting Max Overgrowth, but it went down to one more Max Mindstorm. We can now progress to our next city, but we have our next battle with Hop. Psybeam took Wooloo to a quarter. Wooloo also got confused and hit itself, taking itself to red health. This put Wooloo in potion range, so I had Friend set up a Calm Mind, not once, but twice. Wooloo's tackle was not that scary, and it was now a guaranteed one-shot. Coruscant is next, and its Pluck took Friend almost half health. It survived Psybeam in red health. Core Squire then went for Fury Attack and got 5 hits, leaving Friend in red health as we took it out. Last is Flecky. It has sped but went for Screech. Twice. So we took it out with 2 Psybeams. Time for the second gym. I decided to have Friend go for a Calm Mind, but then Golding's Horn Attack did a quarter of Friend's health with 1 hit. We set up 2 Calm Minds before one-shotting Golding. However, we not only had a quarter health for Arcuda, who finished off Friend with its priority Aqua Jet. At level 26, Golding was a one-shot with a +1 Magical Leaf, but this just made Arcuda go for Bite, which took Friend to red health. Arcuda was a one-shot, so last is Dreadnought, who outsped and finished off Friend. At level 28, Golding for some reason went for Agility, so it only hit us once before we took it out. Friend now outsped Arcuda, so we were in green health for Dreadnought. It still outsped though, and its max darkness took Friend to a quarter. But it was a one-shot from a 4x super effective max overgrowth. Following the gym is Battle Beat and Galar Mine number 2. After 1 Calm Mind, Solosis was a 2 KO. Gothita was looking like 2 KO, but we went for Disarming Voice, so it was actually 3 KO. Pointown was a 2 KO, and lastly Hatenna was also a 2 KO. 1 HP to spare. Now you have to deal with these 2 Team Yell Grunts. The Linu has Night Slash, which hurts a lot, even if it didn't crit. And Thievul has Snarl, which can lower Friend's special attack. I had to get Friend up to level 30 to learn Dazzling Gleam. Linu went first and attacked Top's Wooloo with Night Slash, as Thievul went for Snarl, taking Wooloo to red health. The special attack drop allowed Thievul and Linu to survive Dazzling Gleam and green health. Thankfully, Wooloo's double kick took Thievul to a quarter. Linu then took out Wooloo, as Thievul's second Snarl took Friend to below a quarter. Dazzling Gleam then took out Thievul and left Linu in red health. Linu for some reason switched to Baby Doll Eyes, and the Grunt's Life Part went for Fury Swipes into Hop's Core Squire. Core Squire's Pluck then took Life Part to just above half health. It survived Dazzling Gleam, but Linu went down. Last is Pancham. Core Squire's Pluck took to below half health, allowing Dazzling Gleam to finish off both Life Part and Pancham. Next is Marnie back in Motostoke. Croagunk has Sucker Punch, but we can deplete all of its power points using Calm Mind. We went to Pluck 6 by accident, so we did take some damage from Revenge, but Croagunk was a one-shot. Scraggy was also a one-shot, but then Morpeko outsped and completely destroyed Friend. At level 35, with now full health, Friend survived Bite with a third, allowing her to one-shot Morpeko. Time for the third gym. With our higher special defense, Ninetales went for a quick attack after burning us. It was 2k with a +2 Psybeam, but we were now at half health for Arcanine, who outsped and took off Friend with Bite. At level 38, with leftovers equipped, we got lucky as Ninetales missed its Will-O-Wisp and decided to spam quick attack. No burn means leftovers is actually healing us. We set up 4 Calm Minds before one-shotting Ninetales. Arcanine's Bite left Friend at above half health, and got the flinch. A second Bite took Friend to a quarter, but Arcanine was a one-shot. Last is Cinescorch. Friend outsped and one-shot it. We cannot enter Hammerlock and make our way to Stone Side, where we have a battle with Hop. We set up 4 Calm Minds against Cramorant. It was a one-shot with Psychic. Thwacker went first and its Rage Leaf took Friend to 4 HP, but it was a one-shot. Last is Silicobra and Toxel, who were both one-shots. Time for the 4th gym. We went for 2 Calm Minds, as Gamas took Friend to half health with Brutal Swing. It was then one shot with Dark Pulse, which we picked up from a Watch Trader. Crusola survived Dark Pulse with below a quarter, and now could use Curse. This finished it off, but now Friend will lose a quarter health each turn. She went down to Mimikyu. I brought Friend up to level 45 and taught her Charm. This way, we can minimize the damage with Brutal Swing, while setting up Calm Mind, when it's not disabled. This caused Yamask to switch to Hex, but our special defense was better than our physical. We eventually set up 4 Calm Minds before one-shotting Yamask. Crusola was now a one-shot, and we were still at full health for Mimikyu. It had sped to use Home Claws, as we broke its disguise with Dark Pulse. It then set up a second Home Claws, as we went for Charm. Shadow Sneak still took friend almost half health, but Mimikyu was a one-shot. Last is Gengar. It outsped, but its Gmax Terror only took friend to the third, as Armax Darkness took it out with one hit. Following the gym is about Bead. However, after one Calm Mind, Bead's team was a sweep of Dark Pulse. Onto Balloon Leia, where we pick up the Eviolite, before taking on the 5th gym. I retried friend Psychic and Dazzling Gleam, by the way. I had friends set up 3 Calm Minds, as Weezing spammed Sludge. We had a Lumberry, but Weezing never got the poison before we one-shot with Psychic. Lawa was a one-shot, but Togekiss survived Psychic and Red Health. Its Air Slash didn't do that much, thanks to our special defense, so it easily went down the next turn. Last is Alcremie. It survived Max Mindstorm and Red Health, but its Gmax finally used, guess what, a special move, so it went down. We now have to go back to Hammerlock, where we have to battle Hop. Hop leads with the Ghost type. We use Charm on it to reduce its damage, but Shadow Claw has a high crit rate. If we couldn't rely on Calm Minds to boost our damage, it's time for some stat grinding. Outside of Mostoke, there is a patch of grass with a lot of glooms. Glooms give you a lot of special attack EVs, and are easy targets since they're weak to Psychic. We did this for a little bit and some level grinding to boost our other stats. We battled Hop at level 58, while holding the Eviolite. We started with Charm as Trevenant went for Confuse Ray. We then switched to Calm Mind. Trevenant's Shadow Claw was thankfully under control with only -2 attack, but we did hit ourselves with Confusion. After 2 Calm Minds, we went for Draining Kiss. The Eviolite gives friend a 50% boost to her defense and special defense, so having a health restoring move was a good replacement for Leftovers Recovery. We set up one more Calm Mind before taking out Trevenant with a second Draining Kiss. Bullseye is next, and it outspeeds. Its Crunch took friend to below half health. It was a one-shot Draining Kiss though. Rillaboom was a one-shot Psychic. Heatmore was also a one-shot, so last is Snorlax. It was also a one-shot. Onto the 6th gym. We went for Calm Mind, as Frostmoth went for Icy Wind, lowering our speed. It then went for Feather Dance, despite friend being a special attacker, as we went for a second Calm Mind. Frostmoth was a one-shot Psychic. Darmanitan's Icicle Crash took friend to below half health, but it was a one-shot. Icecube survived Draining Kiss and Green Health, and used Icy Wind, lowering friend's speed more. This allowed it to go first and use Freeze Dry, but it went down to Psychic. Last is Lapras. At -2 speed, Lapras of course went first. However, G-Max Resonance did very little, while Max Mindstorm did a quarter. I was not paying attention, so I then had friend use Max Guard before a second Max Mindstorm, taking Lapras to Red Health. Our Dynamax then ended, but as Lapras missed its Sing, one last Psychic finished it off. Onto another battle with Hop. We started with a Charm against Double, as it went for Defense Curl. We then spammed Calm Mind, as Double spammed Growl. At +5 special attack, we were at only half health from hail damage. Double had not attacked once, until this turn, where it used Takedown, taking friend yellow health. It was a one-shot Draining Kiss though, so our health was back to over 3/4. Snorlax is next, but it was a one-shot Psychic. Rillaboom outsped, it took friend straight to Red Health knockoff, but it was a one-shot. Last are Corviknight and Percursion, who are both one-shots. We can now head down Route 9, and into our next battle with Marnie. Light Power went first, but failed at Sucker Punch as we went for Charm. However, it then went for Torment, as we set up a Calm Mind. Light Power was a one-shot Drain Kiss, as was Scrafty. Toxicroak outsped and used Swagger, but it was a one-shot Psychic. Last is Morpeko, who outsped and did big damage with Bite, but was a one-shot. Time for the 7th gym. We went for Charm against Scrafty, but its payback still did a quarter. We then set up a Calm Mind before going for Draining Kiss, which one-shot Scrafty, and brought friend back to full health. We set up a second Calm Mind against Malamar, who took friend almost half health with Night Slash. It survived Draining Kiss on a sliver. Its payback then left friend on a quarter, but it went down the next turn. Next is Obstagoon, and it outspeeds. I think this is possible. I just need good luck on Obstagoon. We started by going for 2 Charms on the Scrafty, as its payback took friend almost half. We then went for Draining Kiss, taking Scrafty to Red Health, and fully healing friend. From there, we went for 3 Calm Minds, as Scrafty took friend to only 7 HP. We finally finished off Scrafty the next turn. Malamar was an easy one shot, so we're back to Obstagoon. Obstagoon this time went for Obstruct, allowing us to safely use Charm. Obstagoon's throat chop then only did a quarter, as our Draenicus took it to red health. Thinking it would go for Obstruct, I had friend use Charm, but Obstagoon attacked. I then had friend use Calm Mind, but Obstagoon attacked. It then finally used Obstruct as we went for Draining Kiss, which makes contact, so friend's defense is down. Obstagoon was still at -4 attack though, so it couldn't do that much damage as we finished it off. Last is Skuntank. Skuntank failed 2 Sucker Punches, because we went for Charm. We then went for a third Charm as Skuntank used Toxic. It was a one-shot Dazzling Gleam, which I equipped instead of Psychic. Last is the 8th gym, and this was more difficult than the Dark Gym. A non-boosted Dazzling Gleam took Flygon to yellow health, but hardly did any damage to Gigalith thanks to the special defense boost from Sandstorm. Flygon's Crunch then took friend from above half health to 1 HP, so we went down to Gigalith. We did a lot of grinding, but the winning strategy was something I was kinda trying to avoid. As Flygon went for Thunder Punch and Magikarp, we went for a Calm Mind. We then Dynamaxed. This way, Flygon's Crunch was not that scary, and we could go for Max Overgrowth in the Gigalith, taking it out in one hit. We needed Magical Leaf for Gigalith, there was no other option. This brought out Sandaconda. Flygon's next Crunch took friend almost half health, but it was a one-shot Max Starfall. Sandaconda tried to use Glare, but our Misty Terrain protected us. Ha! Get wrecked. Last on Reinhardt's team is Duraludon. It outsped to use the weak Max Knuckle, but it was a one-shot Max Starfall. This ended our Dynamax, but Sandaconda was a one-shot Magical Leaf. We can now go to Winded to attend the Semifinals, where our first opponent is Marnie. Liepard went first and used Torment, as we one-shot with Dazzling Gleam. We set up a Calm Mind against Scrafty, as its Crunch did a lot of damage. It was a one-shot, as with Toxicroak. Morpeko took friend to almost a quarter with Bite, but was a one-shot, so last is Grimmsnarl. It was a one-shot with Max Starfall. Next is Hop. We set up 3 Calm Minds as double went for Cotton Guard and Body Slam. The second Body Slam paralyzed friend, but we had a Cherry Berry equipped. Double was a one-shot with Psychic, as was Snorlax. Against Pincurchin, we set up a 4 Calm Mind as it went for Curse. It was of course a one-shot, and so was Corviknight and Rillaboom. Time to infiltrate Rose Tower, where we have to battle Oleana. Frostless outsped and used Will-O-Wisp, but it was negated by our Lumberry. It was a one-shot with Psychic. Milotic is next, so we set up 2 Calm Minds, as Milotic used Aqua Ring and Safeguard. It was a one-shot. Salaza outsped and used Poison Gas, but it was a one-shot. Last are Serena and Garbodor, who both got outsped by friend and were both one-shots. We can now start the finals, but first is the battle with Beat. We had to quickly take out Mama with 2 Psychics, because its Crunch left friend almost half health. Thankfully I equipped leftovers for this battle. Rapidash is next. It outsped but missed its takedown as we set up Calm Mind. It didn't allow damage with the second takedown as we went for a second Calm Mind. A third takedown took friend to lower health as Psychic took Rapidash to a sliver. Beat uses Force Door, but Psychic just took Rapidash back to red health. Rapidash then missed another takedown, allowing us to finish it off. Gardevoir was a 2 KO, but only used Wish, so last is Hatterene. It survived Max Mindstorm with the third, but its Max Flare didn't do that much damage, so it went down the next turn. Time for Nessa. We went for Charm against Golisopod, who went for Swords Dance, basically negating our Charm. We then went for Psychic, which Golisopod survived on red health. This activated its emergency exit, switching Golisopod with Seeking. We set up a Calm Mind, as Seeking used Aqua Ring. It was a one-shot. This sent back out Golisopod. I knew Nessa would use her Force Door, so I had friend set up a second Calm Mind. Golisopod was not a one-shot. Barraskewda outsped and did over half of friend's health with Throat Chop, but was a one-shot. Last are Pelipper and Dreadnought, who were both one-shots. Next is Alistair. With 0 boost. Dark Pulse one-shot Alistair's entire team. It took me 20 minutes to figure that out. Last is Raihan. We set up 2 Calm Minds as Torko used Solar Beam and Yawn. We then one-shot Torko with Psychic. The Yawn did activate, but we had a Lumberry. Next is Flygon. It wasted its turn on Sandstorm, so it was a one-shot. Turnier was also a one-shot. Goodra survived Dazzling Gleam, but wasted its turn on Rain Dance. Raihan then used his Full Restore, but Goodra was a one-shot by a High Roll. Last is Duraludon. It outsped, it did some damage with Max Steel Spike, but was a one-shot with Max Starfall. We now have to go battle Chim and Rose, and this was a pain. We outsped it with a Charm, but then Escavalier's Mega Horn, at -2 attack, took Friend straight to red health. At level 80, we set up a Calm Mind, as Escavalier missed its Mega Horn. Dark Pulse then took Escavalier to below half health. Instead of Mega Horn, Escavalier decided to set up Sword Stance, so one more Dark Pulse took it out. Berserker's next, and it survived Psychic with YOLO health. Its Throat Chop took Friend almost half health, but it went down the next turn. Against Ferrothorn, we set up a Calm Mind, as it missed its Power Whip. Ferrothorn then switched to spamming Curse, which allowed us to take it out with 2 Dark Pulses. Clicking outsped and used Assurance, but it was a one-shot. Last is Caparaja. It survived Max Darkness with a quarter. Its G-Max Steel Surge then took Friend to only 9 HP, but Caparaja went down the next turn. Time for Eternus. It went for its weaker Flamethrower, but it then survived Psychic on its Sliver. It then decided to use Cross Poison, so it went down. On to turn Max Eternus. Friend's Psychic was still doing good damage, but during the second turn, I had Friend set up a Calm Mind, just for it to be erased by Eternus. Eternus still went down only 4 turns. Finally, it's time for Leon. We set up 2 Calm Minds against Aegislash, as it went for King Shield and Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball did less than half thanks to Calm Mind and our Eviolite. We tried to use Dark Pulse, but Aegislash used King Shield, so we went for 3rd Calm Mind. Aegislash's Shadow Ball now left Friend on a quarter. We went for Draining Kiss to get some health back, but it did less than half of Aegislash's health. It didn't really help us, as Aegislash brought us back to almost where we started. We then set up a 4th Calm Mind, and with only 2 HP to spare, finished off Aegislash. With now +4 special defense, we survived Dragapult Shadow Ball, and one-shot it with Draining Kiss, taking Friend all the way back to almost full health. Italia did some damage with Dark Pulse, but was a one-shot with Psychic. Haxor's Outrage took Friend to below a quarter health, but it was a one-shot with Draining Kiss. Historian was a one-shot with Dark Pulse, so last is Charizard. It outsped, but did very little damage from Max Airstream, as our Max Mindstorm one-shot it. We beat Pokemon Shield with only Hatenna. Thank you to everyone who watched this video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe.